My dad is upset with me after learning I moved my late mom's stuff out when his wife was moving in with us. My mom died when I was 6. A few years after she died, my dad offered to let me keep anything I wanted, but he decided it was time to donate or get some things out of the house. I kept a lot more than either of us expected. There were just so many things that reminded me of her, and I wanted them because of the memories associated with them or because they made me think of happy times. All of this was kept in my room for years, either displayed or safely stored. My dad met his wife when I was 11. I never really liked her, and I didn't trust her. So, when my dad told me 2 years later that she was moving in, I asked my grandparents if they could keep my mom's stuff safe for me. I explained why and everything, so they agreed very quickly, and we agreed to keep it from my dad. The less he knew, the better, in our opinion. Last year, my grandma was diagnosed with dementia. My dad had not seen her in years and decided to visit her a month ago as a kind of one last goodbye. When he was visiting, she had no idea who he was and started talking randomly. When he asked about me, she could remember as far back as when I asked her and my grandpa to keep my mom's things safe for me. She ended up telling my dad about it, along with the fact that his wife gave off a bad vibe and how I had hoped they wouldn't actually get married. It took him a couple of weeks to confront me about it, but he eventually did. He was still upset. He asked me what Graham, his mom, had said to make me not trust his wife and why I would do something so hurtful. He told me it showed that I didn't trust him either, and that if his wife had known back then, she would have felt so unwanted in our home. I told him Graham had said nothing to me back then, and I told him that protecting the things I had left of my mom was more important than his wife's feelings. I said I wasn't willing to take any risks. He said I should have communicated my concerns so she could have reassured me, and I told him she couldn't have reassured me. I also told him I was right to be concerned based on the behavior she exhibited after they were married. He said that Graham and I had always been too harsh on her. He has brought it up 3 other times, and I have told him there is nothing left for me to say. He told me an apology would be the thing to say, along with being willing to work with him so he could feel less disrespected. In between talking to me, he also called out Graham for influencing my view of his wife. Graham and he argued. She threw a lot of things in his face that he responded to the same way he had with me, saying that we judged his wife far too harshly. For those who are wondering what those things are, when my mom was alive, my Graham gave her a necklace that had been given to daughters or daughters-in-law as a sweet family gesture. My mom received it because Graham loved her like a daughter. My mom gave it back to Graham before she died. After my dad and his wife got married, it went missing from my grandparents', my dad's parents' house. Before it went missing, my dad's wife had brought up the necklace, because my dad had told her about it, and had acted very angry when Graham told her it was going to one of her granddaughters next. My dad's wife looked very happy when the topic of it being lost came up. Nobody ever accused her to her or my dad's face, but a lot of my dad's family believe it was her and that she stole it. Another incident was my twin cousin's birthday. My dad's wife offered to pay for one of the cakes as a gift from her and my dad to help make the party less expensive for their parents. She also insisted that she would take care of it and asked my cousin what he wanted his cake to be. But he ended up with everything he didn't want in a cake, and, as it turned out, the cake that was ordered was my dad's wife's favorite. She claimed it was a mistake on the bakery's end, but she would never show the order form to my aunt and uncle. She was given the benefit of the doubt, reluctantly, by most people. Then there was the time she invited a bunch of her family members to visit, and she said they could stay with us and with my grandparents. She never told anyone, not even my dad. It turned into a big fight between Graham and her because Graham did not want strangers staying in her house like that. Then my dad's wife and I kind of got into it because I didn't want to give up my room and sleep on the couch. So, in the end, Graham said I could stay with them, and they could overcrowd their house if they wanted. I brought anything valuable with me to my grandparents' house to keep it safe. My dad didn't love it, but he didn't want to fight with me and Graham over it either. They ended up having 2 miserable weeks crammed into the house with his wife's family all staying there. I don't know if you will ever get over this. I'm also not willing to